I am back. Hello everybody, I am Jamie, Soulshine 1111. I took a break and I'm going to explain why, just real fast. There's lots happening up there in the stars and shit. All the things, you guys. All right, so welcome and happy birthday, Geminis. Also, huge day for you guys. I think these 48 hours probably, maybe you'll be feeling it even a little bit more, because we are feeling the Gemini new moon. So what does that mean? Oh shit. So many things. So the Geminis are the twins, right? And because we are in Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto, because they are in retrograde, okay? All these shifts are happening after the Scorpio full moon, you know, the Libra full moons, including the super moon, the Taurus blue moon, I believe it was. You guys, so many shifts. And so you're probably feeling it. You're feeling that shit? I don't know. So with the 3 retrogrades that I'm going to talk about today, just real briefly, and also FYI, this is going to be different. This is going to be a real intimate reading. If I even get to the cards, I hope to. But most of all, I'm doing this because I can feel myself evolving, right? I am feeling the shift, which is why I took this break. Okay, I took like a 2.5 week break to fucking dive deep in here. All of that. I know as a reader, and I still am reading, spent that time reading for clients, working my cases of the missing, the underground stuff that I do, cleansing homes, all those things, going through it. I've been doing that, but I stepped away from the videos just for a break to really go internal, okay? So as these retrogrades have happened, what's surfacing now, you guys, is, understanding we need a shift, understanding we need a change, understanding now and putting forth a knowledge internal of how to move forward with the shift. Some coming slower than others. You Geminis, those I can only imagine. Same with your Taurus, right? Pretty wild and crazy stuff. It's been a eye-opening experience. I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and I'm so grateful. So thank you. With that, I told you I was going to make this a little bit more, way in depth. And I've really started recording this and stopped and started today alone a lot because of this battle internal. This is something I've battled to share and open up about for years. And it has to do with abuse, okay? And it has to do with what potentially living within secrets surrounding abuse, or just keeping things in, okay, can do. And why am I choosing to talk about this now here on this is because it all comes into play with the retrograde season, the moons, the eclipse seasons, so many things. All right, and so I'm gonna open up my heart and pray that you can hold it. And if not, move forward. I know that part of healing internally is important, and I've battled this, and I'm going to. So I'm just going to say this. I can feel myself evolving. I can feel myself shifting admitting things to myself that I didn't want to, okay? And Gemini moon is only encouraging this new moon. All right, it's wild shit right now. And I can see the shift happening everywhere. Everywhere, you guys. And as hard as it is and difficult to go through, it's also very beautiful. And so personally, I felt super broken a long time. I've kept things in. I stepped out of, okay, so this is where I'm gonna welcome you into my world personally. And I'm doing this because if I can just even reach one person, it's gonna be worth it, okay? So, real personal here. Oh shit, I just blew out a candle. Call in the universe, let's light this shit. Thank you. Example, my light went out a long time ago. I spent a lot of years following the dead, or who was left, in the 90s, fish, all the things, okay? All the things. I took that dive deep, and got lost, I think, along the way. This journey for me has been a difficult one, as I know it is for everybody, right? Everybody. But along my journey, starting when I was 8, is when I was able to see a death happen, and lead somebody to it, start to finish, in 10 minutes. I was in 2nd grade and I was 8 years old. And it's something that I didn't talk about for a really long time. I didn't feel supported, and with that, I totally didn't even understand what these visions were, how I was doing this, why I was doing this. And so, but I knew it was happening, and it only got bigger and bigger. Okay. And these visions come to me. I don't dream normal. Any dreams, I stopped dreaming, what I would suggest or think that normal dreams would be a long time ago. And any dreams that I have, tend to be a sign of some sort, tend to always, without fail, lead to real storms. I feel the pressures in my head. I see people and what they've gone through. Excuse me, Alexa, volume 6. That's a really fun thing, by the way. It's my 8-year-olds. Anyway, I've not met anyone that can do a lot of what I do in the way that I do it. And it's been a hard journey, and a lot of that journey has been running from admitting to myself that I was okay. My family put me in therapy at a very young age, thinking, something was wrong with me. I got diagnosed and re-diagnosed, all of these things, and then the diagnoses were pulled. I ended up living life on the road, and really, I was literally like running from me, and who I was, and didn't know how to be with. Okay. And, I remember waking up on the side of a road and thinking to myself, holy shit. And also in rest areas. And for a couple of you that might be watching this, who may have been with me, waking up and, outside at a rest area with all these people, like in the grass, okay, or on the road, all of these people awake or cars zooming by, and thinking to myself, it's kind of the last straw, James, you got to do something. You can't live like this. And so I had been dating somebody, and I kind of went off and on for the next year. I committed myself to that person. You know, he was an athlete, collegiate, made the trials, all these things. And I knew that having been kicked out of college, and my running career was over, the choices I made were not acceptable, and I knew it, and I needed to do something about it. So I settled down, thinking and so grateful for this person to have saved my life. And I believe that he did. I believe that was a turn for me. But as time moved on, 16 years later, 3 children later, well, you know, a couple miscarriages later, running from internally who I didn't want to admit to myself the gifts that I had. Okay, we moved across country. I didn't want to speak about it. For years that we lived here, I didn't really tell anybody about it because judgment, right? It's a thing. And so my ex knew what I could do upon meeting me. He knew my gifts, supported me in them for the most part until lies caught up, and I was rehashing and asking questions about bank accounts that he thought that he were concealed, wondering on payday why, as a stay-at-home mom, I'd go get gas and there'd be absolutely like not enough money in the account, right, to fill the tank. So where was this going, right? So with the gifts, I dialed in, but also along that road for a couple decades, I started noticing, and we noticed that something was wrong with me. Physically, I was falling. I couldn't speak. I was choking on things. I was running into things. I couldn't dance or move like I used to. And so, you know, family thought again, oh, she needs to take medicine, or, oh, she's a hypochondriac. There's something wrong with her. But really, there was nothing ever wrong with me. It's the gift fueled by, and here we go, ladies and men who have to go through it, who have gone through it and have done it alone. And this is why I'm making this share right now, is abuse happens. And it may not be physical. Mine wasn't necessarily physical as much as it was financially, emotionally, mentally, and towards the end sexually. It was very, very scary. And my spirit had been crushed ultimately to the fucking core, to the point that I was dying. It took one appointment. I saw doctor after doctor, okay? And just stay with me here because it's a big deal. And I also bring this up because June is myasthenia gravis month, awareness month. And for those of you who don't know what that is, they call it MG. It is a autoimmune neuromuscular disease, and it literally is like this. They call it the snowflake disease. So rare that 2 to 4 in 10,000 people, and like something like 12 to 14 and 100,000 have it. There are not very many doctors even that know about it, and those that do, the neurologists that do, have had to go an extra year of schooling just to learn about it. So what is this? It's when the messages from your brain are sending a signal to hold something, walk, chew, swallow, even your diaphragm talking. Where exercise is beneficial for most, it's not for me. The more we use a muscle, the less it works, because those bad antibodies come in and they attack it. And it's scary and it's lonely. And people think you're crazy because you can look drunk, and it can hit like that and you don't even know it out of nowhere. And so how do they treat it? Well, it took a long time. It took up to 20 years to diagnose, my neurologist believes. And I guess also what is fueling this post is, or this share, is that on my Facebook, I made a post, and on that post is a state about myasthenia gravis, and about it, within those comments is a comment from my ex, my boy's dad. And it was as if nothing, like he was so loving, but that was on the outside, right? Because those charmers, okay, yeah, know how to work it, know how to get people on their side, know how to get people to believe. It's like incredible. He also knew my heart wasn't going to talk, and he was right, and I didn't. What that took, you guys, and the reason I share, because of these retrogrades, because of all this moon stuff, because of all of these things, I am seeing everything for what it is, and I'm having more and more women and men reach out to me about what they've gone through, struggles, all these things. And I was dying. I just was. And I had been through doctor after doctor, specialist after specialist, and I can't even tell you, I didn't walk, I have handicap plates, I fucking used my dog. I was falling downstairs, and it was all a secret. And it was hard, and it was lonely. And I looked to my family for support, and as much as I think they thought they were, the only response I got, who had, by the way, been witnessing this for a really long time, but they adore my husband so much that I feel and know in my heart they adore him more than me, and sent him to Disneyland with our boys instead of me. Now, I'm grateful that my boys got to go. That's a side whatever. I'm just glad they got to go. But this is for you women out there and men going through it, the abuse, and too scared to say anything. Allow the shifts above to guide you, to help you. Reach out to me anytime you feel like it. I will be there if I can. I was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis, and then the day that I got diagnosed, and keep in mind also, I had already filed for divorce once and moved out once, but I went back. So many do. I wanted to believe it was going to get better, and it did for increments of time. So I feel like this is kind of scattered, but just hang with me. It's my story, and you're welcome to it, and you also have the free will to move forward. But if I help anybody, yes. So anyway, on the day that I got the final diagnosis, wheeled out to my car in a wheelchair, and once we got in, that was it. Like, he was so mean. I just remember bawling. I just remember being alone. And I knew that I couldn't talk to anybody because the facades I had allowed to be. My family believed him, and they still do. My friends believed him, and he would remind me every day. He may, if not every day, weekly, multiple times, what a burden I was, how much of a burden I was, that my family knew it, my friends knew it, even his words, hell, even our boys know it. It's been a hard ride. Diagnosed, it's not a genetic disease, myasthenia gravis. It comes from stress. And I lived it. And I didn't deserve it, but I also didn't see it. So many of us don't see it when we're in it. And we lived in the middle of the woods, so that didn't help shit, right? And I couldn't drive. He was driving me, so I would go get my treatments. He would drop me off, and all it took was one visit to the doctor one day, and he dropped me off, and she said, "You're dying. You may have 6 months to live if you don't get out of it." And so this hit me, and after that, because he had dropped me off, I was wheeled across the hospital for my IVIG treatments. It's where you get blood. Most people have it once a month for, 3 days. I had it every 3 weeks for 5 days, every 3 weeks, and where it should last like 2 hours, mine would last 2 to maybe 6 or 7 hours at times, because my veins always look so beautiful, but they'd fail. And so they'd fill up and they'd get real hard. But this is when my doctor said this to me, it hit me. And I made a choice, and I didn't talk to him about it, and I didn't talk to my family about it, but I did ask them to fly in. And when they arrived, I just told them I wanted to not sit in the hospital room by myself anymore during my treatments, and could they join me so they could see what I go through. And they flew in, and when they did, they stayed in the hospital with me maybe 10 minutes. Now they recall different, and that's okay. But I made this plan, and I asked them to meet with me so that I could have this talk with my parents to try to get me out of this abuse. And what did they do? They invited my husband. Even though I said, please, I just want it to be us. So they agreed, okay, well, just be us, and then he's gonna come join us. And I was like, way against it, because I knew the effect that this charmer can have. And he did. And he has a better relationship with them than I do. You can guarantee he doesn't miss their birthdays. He doesn't miss a holiday. He doesn't miss any chance to reach out to them at all. And so what do I get? Even your husband, even your ex never talks bad to you about you. I think you should go back to him. Nobody's gonna want to be with somebody with a disease. They haven't said this in a long time, but they were saying it when I was trying to leave. They couldn't understand it. They couldn't even grasp it. Even seeing me in the hospital, it didn't click. And so I thank them because of the lessons, and I released them. For 2 years I didn't talk to them, and they still give me a hard time about it. They can't let it go. He talks to us, but you don't. But what they don't understand is not talking made me sick. And then when I did, it seemed to even make me more sick. So I was stuck. But I did leave. I got up the courage, and I left that 16-year relationship, and I moved forward. And where the doctors believed that going into remission with my disease would be a longer journey than it was, I removed the toxic things out of my life, things that no longer fueled me, and I knew it. And within months, I went into remission. I have drawbacks. I have an inhaler still. I sometimes have to take medicine, but I'm doing it. And I've done it virtually in my feeling alone. And so for all of you women and all of you men who go through it with the threats of divorce because they don't think you'll actually walk, fucking get out. Get out. It's the best advice I can give you. And if you are in this situation and you hear it and you can see the pain I still wear and I'm working through, because it is trauma to learn to relive alone for the most part, right? But that's okay, because you are really all you have to fall back on. And I realized until I could fully accept my situation, my gifts, everything, It's when the awakening fully started happening, which also I feel has separated me from others even more. So, and I don't blame them, you know, I totally get it. I hear my mom in my head. Nobody wants, anyway. The broken will, here's a quote, because I wrote this down, okay? The broken will always be able to love harder than most. And once you've been in the dark, you learn how to appreciate everything that shines. Know that you shine. In your darkest of dark, know that you can fucking shine. And evolve so freaking hard that people have to get to know yourself, including you. They have to get to know you again. And it's a hard journey, and it's lonely, this awakening. And a lot of what I do to get through this is that ho'oponopono. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Say that to yourself. It works. I learned it in Sedona, and I haven't forgotten about it. And so I've stopped shrinking myself to fit places that I know I don't fit anymore, and it's hard. And it's also lonely. I don't know. The thing is I say this not for, I'm telling you this not for pity, not to play the victim, but because I've been through it. I don't wish any harsh on my ex or my family at all, or my friends or anybody. And I've waited this long to say anything because I have children, and I was worried about the repercussions of that. But you know what? I trust in myself, and I trust in my parenting to know they're gonna be okay. And so I don't wish my ex or my family or anybody ill. I don't ever wish them pain. It's not who I am, and it's not who I've ever wanted to be, or I would have left a long time ago, and I would have been sharing texts on Facebook and all these things from him or them, but I don't. And so what I've learned is how to love myself in order to love others fully. And so if I have ever told you that I love you, I may not be in love with you, but I fucking won't say I love you if I don't feel it. You're not alone. If you feel like you're walking in the dark, I'll sit with you. If I'm able, I will sit with your shit. Because another quote here, how we walk with the broken speaks louder than how we sit with the great. So stay strong, women. Stay strong, all of you, through the shifts, through all of these things, and allow yourself the time away to accept who you are, work through your shit, work through the triggers, because I guarantee with all that's happening in the sky, you're being triggered. And the easiest way to handle the triggers is to run. But I'm going to tell you now, the more beneficial way to handle the triggers is to face it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that you're not alone. Okay? If others have a problem with you, it's not really you they have a problem with. It's themselves. That quote, what is it? I am not what you think I am. You are what you think I am. Huge. So hang in there. You're not alone. Lots happening in the skies. Lots happening in the shift. And it can be real, real scary for those trapped in abuse, unable to say what they want to. And trust me, I would still probably be, well, I wouldn't be alive, most likely, had I not left. And a lot of you, if you have had to go through divorce, it is excruciating pain, and even more pain by yourself, and even more pain feeling that judgment, or feeling like the word divorce alone is contagious, because people, I don't even know where they go. I don't hold anything against them, because I get it, but I also now see the ones that maybe disappeared. It wasn't even about me, but I did make it about me, and I allowed myself to be pained from it, but it wasn't about me. And so that's what this gift of the sky, right, and all the planets and these shifts does for us, is grow, especially now during Gemini new moon, after the Taurus full moon, right, about relationships and communication, and now Gemini about the twins facing our battles and the retrogrades we're in. Oh shit, the stars. Be grateful. As hard as it is, if you can step out of the victim role and that mentality and learn from it, and not hold grudges, and start to forgive, oh, the growth. Except, like, incredible and hard to deal with, but all the same, beautiful. Okay, so I am gonna, because I am going to do this, I am going to throw down a few cards, okay? Because why not? And I'm going to use, how many is this? I'm going to use this deck, okay? I'm going to use this one, actually. Shit. All right. These have all been cleansed. And thank you also for listening. And no, I don't wish anybody bad, including my ex, my family. I need that to be clear. This is my story, all right? And honestly, this is reminding me of a quote. Let me see if I wrote it. Okay. Yeah, oh yeah, and that Scorpio moon, also huge deal, right? That was filled with passion. A lot of things, right? Okay, hold on. All right. I don't know what that was, but it's something, this quote was something to the extent about if people didn't want you to say something bad about them, they should, and that's not my intent also, I wish I had written down the quote, but if people didn't want you to talk bad about them, then they should have rethought whether they were being kind or not during the actions, all right? I've been through it. I get it. I've made wrong choices. I've fucked people over before too. But I'll tell you now, in the last few years, especially the last year, especially also the last few months has been huge amounts of growth. Seeing what I've done that may or did hurt others, and I'm making the shift, and I'm recognizing it, and I'm doing something about it, and you can too. And so any judgment that comes or falls upon you, recognize and remember it's not even about you as much as it is those people. I'm telling you now, it's just not. It's not. Whatever, that was a tangent. But if people want you to talk good about them, then they should also, and it goes both ways, watch how they behave, what they say, all those things. We all say things we don't mean at times. And so if you do that and you can recognize it and say, I'm sorry, then that's growth. Step out of the victim mentality, friends. It's not where I'm coming from with this, and it can sound super contradictive, and this can all sound like a bunch of bullshit. But as people start to awaken, there are contradictions that they happen, but that's part of this growth and the soul's journey to ascend. We are all meant and here for a reason. Find your purpose by digging deep and loving yourself. The way to heal this world is not by being unkind, but rather really digging in to love yourself and then fully love others. Speak your opinions. Don't listen to things and think, oh, that's just an opinion of somebody else, because even those opinions, just like yours, they matter. Why do they matter? Because they're lessons. We stand to learn from people's opinions. We can think about those things and process them, and with our own free will, take or leave those opinions. Always opinions, just like you, are worth something. Oh, I blew it out again. Shit. Fuck. All the things. Thank you. Also, if you've made it this far into the video, for listening. In it together. The more you love yourself, the more we're going to find one love. World peace. That's where it starts. All right. With the cards. Gemini season. Gemini. What is the overall energy right now, please, for this Gemini new moon? What are overall general population feeling? What can we feel? What are we feeling for this Gemini new moon? New moon, Gemini. Thank you. Oh, battle within. This is a good one. Partnerships. Makes sense since it's a twin. Look at this, you guys. I have to show you. I can't even wait. This is a new deck, by the way, which is awesome. It's the darkest deck I own. But wow, is it heavy. This is a card of partnership. And having it be the Gemini new moon, the twins, right? The battle within. Check it out. Are you even kidding me with this card? Incredible. The dark and the light within. The partnerships that we hold with others. The arguments. The attachments. The secrets are coming out. Exactly what I've just done and shared with you. It is the dark and the light. The masculine and feminine energy within. People are at a battle. If not with somebody else, internally. Sit with it. And release it. In a way similar to maybe how I'm doing it. I don't know. Whatever's going to work for you. Whatever speaks to you. Write it. Something. This is crazy that we got the twins card. Wow. What else can you tell me for overall energy, please? Thank you, angels, universe. My committee, those above who can see here and know what I don't. Please share with us general population, overall energy for Gemini new moon. I think it's hitting like Pacific time, 3 a.m. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get one. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's so many cards. I can't take it. We'll be here for so long. But I thank you. And if they're meant to be, they'll pop out again. Gemini new moon overall energy, please. Thank you. Oops. One more. Thank you. One more. Oh, God. Oh, all the cards want to talk. I'm just going to pull one more, but I'm not taking those either. Okay. Gemini new moon, angels. Thank you. All right. That's so many. You guys, it's heavy. It's heavy out there. You're not alone out there. One more, angels, universe. Thank you. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. You guys, this is the first card. Besides the Fool, which is 0, the Magician is number 1. This is all a new beginning for you all. Allow yourselves to have it. Fresh starts. It's spring. It's new season. Or a new moon, I mean. Okay, so first out is the 2. And it's the 2 of Swords. Okay? And it's that battle. It's choices. Having to make them. How are you going to do it? Dig deep. Face your dark and light. If this is about a relationship that you are in and you're having ill communication, speak through it. Speak through it. I can't express it enough. If you're holding things within like secrets, let them out, or like a volcano later, they're just going to explode and turn into cancer. They could, or myasthenia gravis, right? Because the secrets we keep, as much as we don't want to believe it or see it, can be deadly. Okay. All right, next card is the 4 of Wands in reverse. Recognizing a shift needs to happen and feeling it now with the fire. And here it is, that moon again. Secrets. You guys, let them out. Speak. Speak, speak. Let it out. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose but growth? Let go. Beauty. Okay, the 4 of Wands talks about what I'm getting from this card is recognizing who's in your life and who hasn't been. Recognizing and walking away from things that no longer are serving you, and releasing secrets to become your own partner, to become your love for you. Find that love for yourself, okay? The 4 of Wands is also 11:11, okay? And so it's alignment. You know what you need to do thanks to the planetary shifts and going within if you have, okay? So noticing signs and synchronicities all around. Now this card is what I'm getting is speaking to you internally, that you, overall energy, know what needs to happen in your life that will lead you to more great. Okay, and look at this next card, the moon in reverse. Secrets coming out. Okay, this is also the Cancer card. So the moon, when it's in reverse, is finally releasing and talking. It's crazy that this popped out. And more than that, and then the next card out is the Hierophant in reverse, soul contract. So some of you may be faced into court battles, right? Having to, maybe some of you are going through a divorce. Maybe some of you are waiting for a hearing. It's going to, well, at the bottom of the deck with this Magician, for those of you waiting for contracts to end in one form or another, I feel like it's good news for you. This is going to be a good month for us all as you release and move forward and push through. Allow yourself the growth and acceptance to find your purpose. Leave what no longer serves you behind, right? Right? All of these are speaking of, this is the overall energy. Leave it all behind, what doesn't serve you, and move forward. And use, this is such a gift, to use the planetary shifts that are happening for yourselves. A gift, all right? Let's look into relationships for general overall population right now, all right? Let's look into that. So what do we have here? These are all cleansed. Overall, general energy for relationships during this Gemini new moon. What do we have here? No reversals, please. Unless otherwise guided differently. Thank you. Let's look at relationships. What do we have? Gemini, overall energy. What's going to happen? Past life relationships may show up for you this month. Okay, what else? Thank you. And by that, meaning you've known this person before. This isn't your first rodeo with these people. Whoever that may be. It could be a family member. But this is more meant for like a relationship romantically. Okay, so let's see what else we can have for that. There's trust, learning to trust. For those of you who have been hurt, right now is the time. You will meet somebody if you haven't already. Maybe it's somebody you're married to. If the trust has been broken before, you're going to work through it, perhaps, and learn how to trust yourself enough then, right, to trust somebody else, okay? It's familiar energy, though, for sure. Gemini new moon, relationships. What does that look like? Oh, shit. Attraction. Whoever is in your life, okay, or maybe entering it this month, okay, around this Gemini new moon, is extreme attraction. Romantically, you enjoy each other. There's that trust built in there that perhaps you aren't used to and have to get to know again, is what I'm getting. Smelling the flowers again for the first time after not being able to. It's a metaphor, okay? And then the next card that popped out, engagement, all right? Your love life is going to ascend into a higher level of commitment, whether it be with somebody or with yourself. You're going to learn how to trust yourself, how to find your love in yourself, to find and believe that you are attractive. And maybe this is something with somebody else, or maybe this is just with you. Either way, it's good. All right, it's good. And so, what else can I tell you? Let's look at the feelings. All right, what are we going with here? Okay. Feelings during this Gemini new moon, please. Overall energy. Feelings. No reversals, please, unless otherwise guided. Thank you. Thank you. Gemini new moon. Overall energy surrounding feelings. Okay. Wow. First out. Love. It's amazing. This is beautiful. Committing to the practice of seeing the good in all things, including and not limited to yourself. The trees, the nature, people around you, your family, your friends. I'm getting the energy that more people are going to be showing up in your life and offering love, nurturance, support, apologies. Okay, contracts ending, magic beginning again. Okay, and the bottom of that deck here, the second time around, trust. We also had trust here. Growth is what that boils down to me. Accept that inner voice will guide you correctly. Hear and see the signs, and don't be afraid to speak. You're not alone. You're not alone. And you've got this. I am going to end this here because we are reaching 49 minutes. Overall, oracle guidance, please, for Gemini new moon for overall population. What are some guidance? What guidance can you offer? Oh my gosh. I'm not going to take all that. Guidance, please, for Gemini new moon energy. Okay. Time to bring love in the situation. okay? Communication is key. That's how you're going to get there. Communicate, however that may be. If it's a video like this, communicate. Get it out. Oh, fuck. This is the new moon in Gemini card. Shit. Next card out. It's time to release negativity. If you're holding things in, it's okay to release them. Don't allow yourself to hold back if you're in abusive relationships. You don't have to be there. Those doors, when they shut to your house or to that car, you don't have to keep them closed. Get out. It's my encouragement to you, okay? And if it's not abusive and you know in your heart of heart it's not, work through it. Communicate, okay? You're not in it alone, okay? Oh God, bottom of the deck, you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo, you're fucking enough. That's what I have for you guys. And I just want to say I'm super duper grateful for those of you who have taken the time to hear this. No, it's a scary thing to release all of this, but it's part of my growth. And as scary as it is to put it out there, I can hear the purge in my throat. Can you hear the shift in my throat? It's okay to not live in fear anymore. It's okay. Okay? Be love, be together, be strong, move forward. Make the shift, allow it to happen. New moon in Gemini is a time for a fresh start. It's going to be a good month. Thank you for being here. Like, subscribe, find me on Facebook under Soulshine1111. All right. And if you want a personal reading, go to my website, soulshine1111.com, and know that no prices on that site are fixed. I just want to help, and however that may be. So whatever you can afford, we will work together, and I'm here to support you. I'm here to support your shit, okay? Time to grow. Go do it. Thank you.